What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Nevin the Barber back again with another haircut tutorial, and in today's video we're going to be covering a high drop fade with the freestyle design. So to get right into today's haircut tutorial, I am going to be using my Gamma hitters to carve in my first bald line. These are the new Gamma Evo trimmers and I do highly recommend them. They do come with the fixed zero gap blade. So if you guys are looking for a trimmer that hits all the way down to the skin, carving in your bald lines effortlessly, feel free to use my code NevinTheBarber on the Gamma website for a discount. And like I said, since this is going to be a high drop fade, we did start it above the C cup section on the sides, right at the point of reference, and we are going to be dropping it beneath the occipital bone in the back of my client's head. And the reason that I'm dropping the fade beneath this bone in the back is so it can fit my client's head shape and just give him more contrast and bulk on the back of his head. And now that we have our bald line set, I'm gonna go ahead and take my Gamma Ergos, doing some clipper over comb with no guard, just to debulk before we actually start getting into the fade. So now that we have that done, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the lever all the way open on my Gamma Ergos. So this is now cutting the hair down to a 0.5 length. And we are gonna bring this first guideline up about an inch. You guys don't wanna make it too short or too wide. I think an inch is a good amount of space to blend out your guidelines and whatnot whenever you guys are creating your guidelines. And I am gonna start by erasing this first guideline, closing the lever one notch at a time. And every time you guys close the notch on this lever, just be sure to shorten your cutting stroke as you guys are going up, flicking out that guideline. It is very important that you pay attention to the growth pattern of your client's hair, just because some clients may have different hair growing in different directions on the scalp. So it's very important that you guys do a scalp analysis and analyze how the hairs are growing out the scalp, just so you know how to angle the clipper whenever you're blending. And little by little, you guys can see that faint line is starting to disappear. And this is a very, very important part of the fade, just because this really is gonna determine how blurry your fade starts. And just remember that when you guys are doing this, you wanna be very consistent with your cutting stroke, just because this is going to determine how quickly you guys can erase that bottom line. Now that we have that first section blended out, I went ahead and put the 1.5 guard on my Ergos all the way open. So we're now cutting the hair down to a short number 2 guard length. And same thing, we're bringing this guideline up about an inch, that we do have enough space to blend it out and get that nice blurry transition. And now we're gonna go straight into the half guard all the way open. So we are now cutting the hair down to a short number 1 guard length. And personally, I only like using the 1.5 guard and the half guard in my fading system. The half guard is really what's gonna bring your guys' fade to life, and this is gonna make the fade very blurry. And now I'm gonna begin doing some clipper over comb into the bulk, now that we have that section blended out. And for the lineup, I am gonna begin right in the center of my client's forehead, getting a nice crispy box. And my client did want a little freestyle design on the side. And whenever you guys are carving in your designs, it's very important that you can envision it before you actually go in and cut the hair. And with these trimmers right here, I do have them zero gapped with the ceramic blade. I do like to use these outliners right here for my lineups and my designs, just because I know I'll get a razor sharp line. And if you guys have not yet seen this blade, this is the P3 blade by Eversense. If you guys do want a discount on this blade as well, feel free to use my code NevinTheBarber at checkout on the Eversense website. I do highly recommend these ceramic blades. And you guys can see that I put the design right on top of the fade, just so we can give more contrast to the fade and make it pop into the bulk of my client's hair. And this was a pretty simple design that I did. I made it simple, yet I still wanted it to pop out. So you guys can see that I'm just using the corner of my blade to establish where exactly I want this design to be. And after we have it carved in, I will go over it with the razor just to give it that extra pop. And you guys can see that as I'm doing this, I am just using the corner kind of like a pencil to carve in this design. You don't need to use the full blade when doing this. I personally actually recommend using the corner just because, like I said, you guys will get a more precise cut. And I do go with the grain and against the grain of the design with my trimmers, just as I would with my razor. And I do this just so I know exactly where to bring my razor when I come into the design line. And you guys can see that with those few simple steps, I was able to execute my design with my hitters, and it does look pretty crispy already with no razor work in it, as you guys can see. And now I'm gonna go ahead and use my Bronze Series 9 shaver just to ensure that the fade is all the way down to the skin. And just to finish off this fade on the left side, I am going to be doing some clipper over comb to remove the bulk in the back. As you guys can see, my client was growing out a mullet, but he decided to cut it. And now with the razor, I will go over my freestyle design. Whenever you guys are doing razor work, it's very important that you guys apply constant tension on the skin, in which the opposite direction that you guys are bringing the razor in. You guys can see that the razor made that design pop 10 times more. It's always important that you guys go over your trimmer lines and of course your lineup with the razor just to give it that extra pop. And there's no need to use the razor with a lot of pressure. It is metal versus skin, so you guys just gotta go, like I said, nice and easy. As long as you're applying tension on the skin, it will cut right through it. And now we're gonna begin my fade on the other side of my client's head. So same thing, I am gonna be using my Gamma Evo trimmer to carve in that first bald line. And you guys can see that I did start it at the point of reference. If you all do not know what the point of reference is, that is basically the top of the C cup on the side of my client's parietal ridge. And again, you guys can see that I dropped it in the back just so it can fit my client's head shape and really bring out that contrast on the occipital bone. So now that we have everything cut down with our trimmer and we have our first guideline set, I'm gonna go ahead and create my next guideline with my Gamma Ergos, again with the lever all the way open. We are bringing this guideline up about an inch. And I am gonna do some clipper over comb right above this guideline. That way we don't have a lot of bulk to blend into whenever we get straight into our half guard. And whenever you guys do clipper over comb, it is very important that you guys roll that comb off of your client's scalp. Otherwise, it is a very high possibility that you guys will create a gash on your client's head, and that is exactly what you do not want. So again, whenever you guys are doing this step, just make sure that you guys are rolling that comb off of the parietal ridge and the occipital bone. That way you don't create any gashes. And now I'm going to begin erasing that first guideline that we created with the lever open. Again, we are just going to be doing lever plays, starting with the lever all the way open. And just begin attacking that guideline. Some hair texture may take longer than others, but just know that if you guys remain consistent with your cutting technique, you will be able to achieve a nice blend. So now that we have that bottom section blended out, I did put that half guard on my clippers all the way open. So this is now cutting the hair down to a short number 1 guard length. And you guys can see that since we already did clipper over comb, we can just start blending straight into the fade with that half guard, just because we do have a nice clean foundation already set. And little by little, you guys can see that fade coming together, looking nice and blurry. It's very important that you guys pay attention to detail and knock out every dark spot that you can. And I am gonna do some clipper over comb now that we have our fade complete. This time with no guard, and we are just focusing on that top area of the blend, getting a nice transition from the fade into the bulk. And you guys can see that I am using the wide tooth side of my And now that we have our fade complete, I will begin with the lineup. And with the lineups, I always like to knock down the little flyaways with the one guard closed. That way when I do come back over it with the trimmers, there's no extra hairs hanging or sticking out. And we are just connecting the middle to the left side since we already had the right side of our lineup complete. And right here, just connecting a 90-degree box on my client's lineup. And one more time doing some clipper over comb. I did leave the guard on it just so I can get up into those darker areas above my client's parietal ridge. And if you guys have learned anything in this haircut tutorial so far, please be sure to smash that like button and drop a comment if you guys want to see a new tutorial. I do appreciate any feedback, so thank you to each and everyone who shows love and tunes into my channel. And again, I am going to use my Bronze Series 9 to clean up the bottom of our fade and get it all the way down to the skin. I personally like to bald out the fade at the end just because you guys won't find yourselves struggling to knock out that skin line. I personally think this is a much easier technique. And now with my gamma hitters, I am gonna go back over that skin line just to ensure that we got it nice and blurry and that it's all blended out. Whenever you guys cut hair, you want that fade to look like you can't tell where it starts or finishes, just a nice clean transition from the skin into the hair and whatnot. And here I am going to be applying some semi-permanent enhancement to my client's lineup. This does last 3 to 5 washes, and enhancements are just optional. I always like to ask my clients if they would like enhancements before I apply them, just because some people do like more of a natural look. In this case, my client did want enhancements applied on his front edge. And I'm gonna go over my design one more time with my trimmers, going up against and with the grain, just to make sure that I got all those little flyaways and make sure it's a nice crispy line. And again, whenever you guys are doing design work, it's very, very important that you guys create precise, consistent lines, just because no one's gonna want a choppy line in their fade or a choppy design. So just be patient and consistent whenever you guys are doing this. And now to get into my razor work, I am gonna lean my client all the way back. Whenever I do my razor lineups, I do like to have my clients leaning back, just so I could bring that razor blade up against the grain of their little hair follicles. This will make a much more difference rather than just bringing the razor down with the grain of their hair. So let me know what you guys think of this. I do highly recommend going up against the grain whenever using the razor. And one more time, just going over my client's edge up with my hitters. I always like to go back and double check my work, taking an extra 5 to 10 minutes to detail my client's cut after I already think it's complete. And trust me, you guys, this will increase your chances of retainment. Not only will your client appreciate it, but this will definitely help your business and help you guys grow in the industry. So always be sure to take those extra few minutes to go back and just double check your work. But that is about it for today's haircut tutorial. You guys can see the before and the after. Again, if you guys learned anything in this video, please be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and drop a comment if you guys want to see anything else. But it's been your boy Nevin the Barber. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video.